Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rani Komidi, working as a contract lecturer in Government Degree and PG College, Siddipeta, Autonomous, Department of Botany. Today we are discussing about the phytohormones. It is related to the final year plant physiology part. So first is what is plant hormones? It is common experience that most of the physiological activity is regulated by different chemical substances known as hormones. What is hormones? The hormones are most physiological activity. They can regulated by different chemical substances that is known as the hormones. So the hormones which are defined as chemical substances. Hormones are They are defined as chemical substances of biological inhibit or in some other way modified a physiological process. They removed from the site of their production. So the plant hormones, generally plant hormones is called as the phytohormones also. First time phytohormones or plant hormones are given by different definitions followed by the Turkey and his associates and Van Overbeek. They give the many following definitions. So they can give the plant regulators, plant hormones, growth regulators, growth hormones, flowering regulators and flowering hormones. First we can see the plant regulators. What is plant regulators? So they are organic compounds other than nutrients which in small amounts they can promote, inhibit or otherwise modified in physiological process in the plants. This is the plant regulators. Plant regulators are organic compounds other than nutrients which in small amounts promote, inhibit or otherwise modify any physiological process in the plants. And next one is the plant hormones. So the plant hormones is known as the phytohormones also. Phytohormones are the regulators produced by plants which in low concentrations regulate plant physiological process. They can move within the plant from a site of production to site of action. Plant hormones are very produced low concentration. They can regulate plant physiological process. They move within the plant from a site of production to a site of action. And next one is the growth regulators. Growth regulators means growth substances. What is growth regulators? They are regulators that affect growth only. And next one is the growth hormones. They are hormones. They can regulate growth. So regulators is regulators that affect the growth. Hormones is the hormones that regulate the growth also. And next one is the flowering hormones or flowering regulators. The flowering regulators are regulators that affect flowering only, which can induce or which can affect the flowers, that is the flowering regulators. And flowering hormones. Lastly, the flowering hormones that initiate the formation of floral primordia. Formation of floral primordia promote their development. This is the flowering hormones. So these 6 type of plant regulators, plant hormones, growth regulators, growth hormones, flowering regulators and flowering hormones. These all are proposed by the definitions by Turkey and his associates are Overbeek. So Van Overbeek, these members are proposed the definitions of the plant hormones, phytohormones. So generally the plant hormones are divided into 5 types. majorly. First one is the auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid, ethylene. And lastly, the sixth one also, brasinosteroids are added to this. So, majorly 5 types and sixth one is brasinosteroids. These 6 types are called as the phytohormones. In these 6 types, auxin, cytokinins and gibberellins. These 3 is the growth promoting hormones. They can promote the growth. So, auxins, cytokinins and gibberellins. These first 3 types are called as the growth promoting hormones. And next one is the abscisic acid and ethylene. These two substances, these two plant hormones are called as the growth inhibitor hormones. They can inhibit the development and growth of the plants. So, you can see that slide also, auxin, cytokinin, gibberellins, ethylene gas and abscisic acid. The organic molecule, generally this is major definition of the phytohormones. The organic molecule made in one plant that cause an effect in another part of the plant, and it effective in small concentration are called as the plant hormones. This is the brief definition of the plant hormones. What is plant hormone? The organic molecule made in one plant that can cause an effect in another part of the plant and is effect in small concentrations are called plant hormones. So, generally kinds of plant hormones are auxin, cytokinin, gibberellins, ethylene gas and abscisic acid. In this connection, we can talk about only auxins. This is the first type of the plant hormone, auxins. So, what is auxins? Auxins are regulators. Generally, auxins are the regulators produced by plants which in low concentrations regulate plant physiological process. They move within the plant from a site of production to a site of action. So, the introduction of the auxins, we can see that this is the first growth hormone to be studied in plants. So, they can play important role in growth and development of the plant. And the next part is developmental processes like stem elongation, apical dominance, root initiation, fruit development, meristem development is controlled by auxins. So these are the major role. Auxins are act as a major role in plants development and growth. So the plant hormones either exert their influence individually or in combination with other hormones also. Generally, auxins are the oldest known growth substances. The auxins are oldest known growth substances and were discovered by F.W. Wendt. So, F.W. Wendt in 1928, the first discovered by auxins by F.W. Wendt. The term auxin, it is a Greek word, auxenin. It can be, auxenin means in Greek to increase. The term auxin is, generally it is the Greek word derived from the Greek word. In the meaning of the Greek word auxenin is to increase. So, term auxin is now used in a generic sense for all compounds, either natural or synthetic. They are the active in causing coleoptile curvature when applied unilaterally as in Wendt's experiment. First time F.W. Wendt, they can conduct one experiment on auxins. So that is called as the Wendt experiment. This is auxins include only those compounds which induce elongation in etiolated oat coleoptiles. So first time Wendt experiment is conducted on oat coleoptides. It is the Poaceae family member. Oat coleoptile, a test system that responds exclusively to auxins only. So it is a negligible absorption of visible light by auxins. So that's why the FW Wendt conducted that experiment on oats coleoptile plant. So the auxins are divided into two parts. First one is the natural auxin and second one is the artificial or synthetic auxins. The most important auxin, that is the IAA. IAA means indolestic acid. So it is natural auxin. IAA is the natural auxin. It is generally indole auxins. We can call it as the indole auxin also. Indolestic acid is natural auxin. It is first auxin contain a basic indole ring. IAA is isolated from human urine and fungal cultures also. First time it is isolated from the human urine and fungal cultures. So this only IAA only natural auxin. Remaining all are the synthetic auxins. First is the IAA, indolestic acid. It is related to amino acid tryptophan. So tryptophan and indole 3 glycerol phosphate both are precursor of the IAA synthesis. IAA synthesis takes place. It is related to the generally amino acid tryptophan and indole 3 glycerol phosphate both are precursor of the IAA synthesis, indolestic acid synthesis. And remaining auxins are the IBA, NAA, 24D, 245T, 236D. So first one is the IAA, it is the natural auxin. First auxin, it contain a basic indole ring. And second one is generally remaining all are the synthetic or artificial auxins. We can talk about IBA. IBA means indole butyric acid. And NAA. NAA means naphthalene acetic acid. 2,4-D. 2,4-D means dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. 2,4,5-T. 2,4,5 trichlorophenanoxy acetic acid. 2,3,6-D. 2,3,6 dichlorophenyl acetic acid. These are all the synthetic or artificial auxins. So this is the main introduction of the auxins. Generally, what are auxins? What are auxins? Auxins are a class of phytohormones. They can promote longitudinal growth in plants. The major role in plants of auxin is they are the promote longitudinal growth in plants. Already we have said that auxins are all the indole compounds. So chemically they are derivatives of the indole compounds. The term was also first time auxin term was coined by Kogel. The term auxin was coined by he is a major physiologist coined by Kogel. So auxins are chemically indole 3 acetic acid. The common naturally occurring auxin is IAA only, and they are occurring auxins of all higher plants. Majority of the all auxins are present in higher plants only. In the plant body, auxins synthesized from the amino acid tryptophan. Already we have said that IAA is related to the amino acid. So that's why in the plant body, auxins are synthesized from the amino acid. The precursor of the amino acid is tryptophan. This is the most important point of auxins. So what is the physiological effects of the auxins? Auxins generally they can bring about a number of physiological effects in different parts of the plant body. So we can see the some of the physiological effects. First one is the cell elongation. In the slide, you can see that cell elongation. So auxins was discovered as the hormone involved in the bending of coleoptiles towards light. So auxins, they can promote growth in stems and coleoptiles while inhibiting growth in roots also. Auxins transport basipetally from shoot apex to the tissue below. Auxins causes continued elongation of these cells. So, cell elongation means they can promote the growth and elongation of roots, stems and enlargement of many fruits. So, you can see that slide also. Auxins are known to lose the cellulose framework of the cell wall. They will help in cell enlargement. So the major enlargements, it's due to the increase in the osmotic content of the cell, increase in the cell permeability to water, reduction in wall pressure, increase in wall synthesis, synthesis of specific RNA and proteins, which results in increase in cell wall plasticity. So these are all caused by the cell elongation of the auxins. So cell elongation is due to the auxins, that is the physiological effect of the higher plants. And next one is the apical dominance. Apical dominance means apical dominance is the phenomenon of suppression of growth of lateral buds by apical buds. So you can see the slide. Growing apical bud inhibits the lateral bud growth. Growing apical bud inhibits the lateral bud growth. And generally in 1920, Skog and Thiman, they can performed an experiments on bean and results shown that outgrowth of axillary bud is inhibited by auxin, that is transported basipetally. The auxin content of bud increases by the decapitation of shoot apex. Auxin control axillary bud growth by acting in xylem and interfascicular sclerenchyma of the shoot. So you can see the PPT. Apical dominance is, that is the phenomenon of suppression of growth of lateral buds by the apical buds. So the generally we can do the daily practice. When apical buds are removed, the lateral buds are developed into branches. So apical dominance determines the shape of the plant also. The main theme of the apical dominance, they can determine the shape of the plant. Umbrella shape and conical shape. Umbrella shape, the best example of the umbrella shape is Tamarindus and Azadirachta indica. We know the plant, familiar plants, Tamarindus and Azadirachta. These two are look like a umbrella shape. And second one is the conical shape. Majority of the plants, generally we can say the cone plants, that is Pinus and Polyalthia, eucalyptus. These are all apical dominance due to high concentration of auxins in apical buds. So this is the conical shape of the apical dominance. And third one is generally plant movements, action of auxin, plant tropism. We can call it as the plant tropism or plant movements. The main guidance systems control the orientation of the plant axis. So the plant tropism occurs in three ways: phototropism, gravitropism, thigmotropism. The movement of growth and curvature towards the direction of stimulus are called tropic movements or tropisms. What is tropism? Generally, the movement of the growth and curvature towards the direction of stimulus are called tropic movements. So, basing on the nature of external stimulus, the tropic movements are three types. Tropic movements in response to gravitational force are called gravitropic. So, three types: phototropism, gravitropism, and thigmotropism. So, gravitropism means the tropic movements in response to gravitational force are called gravitropic. Generally, the best example of the gravitropium or geotropic movements is root apex part. In plant, they can act as main role, root part. So, the root apex is the geotropic or gravitropic movement. The tropic movements in response to sunlight are called heliotropic or phototropic. You know very well. So, the tropic movements, they can, in response to sunlight, it is called as the phototropic movement. That is the shoot part. Shoot apex part is the phototropic movement. When the shoot apex is illuminated on one slide, more oxygen accumulate on the shaded side. So, due to this, more growth occurs on the shaded side. It is the result of the stem apex, they can bend toward light. This is also called phototropism. So, this is the three types of the plant tropism. And another physiological effect of the plant is that is generally parthenocarpy. What is parthenocarpy? It is the phenomenon of development of fruit from ovary without fertilization. Without fertilization, that is called as the parthenocarpy. So the auxins, generally auxins are induced parthenocarpy in grapes and citrus also. Application of auxins known to induce fruit, they can induce the fruit set in grapes, tomatoes, citrus and pear. So the generally the IBA, indole butyric acid, are commercially used to induce parthenocarpy in banana, orange and guava. This is parthenocarpus effect, physiological effect of the auxin. And eradication of weeds. So auxins, they can act the major role to eradicate of the weeds. Weeds in croplands can be eradicated by spraying synthetic auxins. We can call it as weedicides, just like 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T. These are all the weedicides or herbicides. So 2,4-D is more effective in eradicating dicotyledonous weeds by killing the root system. So we can use now farmers all are using that weedicide 2,4-D. Low concentration of weedicides are not harmful to the human beings also. So that's why we can use the auxins to eradication of the weeds. That is 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T. 2,4-dichlorophenoxyestic acid, 2,4,5-trichlorophenoxyestic acid. So these two are majorly we can use it as the herbicides or weedicides. And next physiological effect of the auxins is the prevention of abscission. So the shedding of leaves, flowers, fruits is known as abscission. A separation layer or abscission layer is formed between the main part of the plant and the leaf or flower or fruit. As a result, they drop off. So that's why auxins all are prevent the prevention of the abscission also. Auxins prevent the fall of leaves, flowers, fruits by delaying the formation of abscission layer. So abscission of petioles, pedicels of immature leaves and unpollinated flowers can be prevented by the application of auxins. That's why the auxins, they can prevent the abscission. And next to the last physiological effect of auxins, that is the formation of adventitious roots. Generally, adventitious roots means in stem cuttings, rootings is initiated by the IAA, IBA, NAA. IAA means indole acetic acid, indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid. So among them, in these three, IBA is more effective in root formation. Indole butyric acid is the more effective in root formation. So auxins move from apex to the base of the stem and initiates root formation. This method is widely used in the horticulture development also. So, adventitious roots, we can growth of the formation of the adventitious roots is used in the horticulture technique. That means in stem cuttings, rootings is initiated by the IBA, indole butyric acid. It is more effective in root formation. So they can move from apex to the base of the stem and initiate the root formation also. That's why auxins are very useful plant to growth regulator. So this is the major physiological effects of the auxins. So